copy. Get that going. So if you're coming back to join us, we are sorry for the technical difficulties. And just gotta love this stuff. I'll be sending Logan your invite real quick. I'm just trying to get everything to load. I apologize if my voice sounds a little squeaky or high. It's my headphones or something. I don't know. Just give me 1 second as I punch my computer. Over here. Apparently Twitter's takes 20 minutes to load. So if you guys didn't know, we had technical difficulties and we're trying to fix it. I will get to the live chat here in a minute because I can't see it yet. It is going extremely slow on my end. Okay, come on, Twitter. This is what happens when technical difficulties happen. My messages pop up. There we go. It has to happen once every 10 episodes, right? Anyways, how is everyone? Great. I'll go to it here. And if all of a sudden I ain't got my earbuds, it's because of this. Hopefully I can get everybody back into the chat and back into. All right, so I will have Logan send you the link, Zipporah, as soon as he gets the link. I'm having very slow computer issues right now. There we go. Yep, so I'm just waiting for the guys to return. They should be back. Hey, there you are.
Here I am.
So I need you to send the link to Zipporah on Facebook because my computer is not wanting to load very much.
Okay. Just post it in the chat, please. The group chat.
Yeah, it took me like 10 minutes to even get a bit to get Twitter even loaded.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Okay. Let me see. Where is it? Google Hangouts. Ah, thank you.
Don't worry, Zipporah. He's getting it to you. And hopefully Dorian will hop back on.
Oh, we're live right now. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it was easier just to hit live and have everybody watch my rambling and attempt to do stuff.
All right. So I'm sending you the link now, Zipporah. Via Facebook. So it'll be the second one that's in there.
Oh.
There we go. So hopefully everything will be all right. What's on your head?
Randomness. Something
Okay.
I got bored and painted with one of my friend's daughters.
It's a purple halo.
She wanted to work on different reefs, and we decided to try painting them like this, and they're more styrofoam than the hard foam.
Oh, okay.
And we made a couple like that, and then we looked at them and we're like, it's going to be easier just to put rope around it and throw it at people. We're using them.
I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah,
okay, there you are.
she is. All right. So, and have we heard anything from Dorian?
No, I haven't heard anything from Dorian, and unfortunately, I can only do my Twitter on my phone right now because.
All right. Well, let me see. Let me
stop it. I'm yelling at my computer.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he might be having computer problems. So,
there's Zipporah.
Well, we should wait a few minutes for him at least, courtesy, you know.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Well, Kauai's back. Misty, Mary is back. Mary is on here again. It says we have 6 people watching, so
Okay,
they're
cool.
watching us.
Yay.
6 is pretty good. 6 is pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised, like, more pagans don't watch your videos, like debunking Christians and stuff like that. It's a pretty interesting topic, you know, in the pagan community. A lot of people do speak out against Christians, but you'd think you'd see that reflected in live shows and stuff.
Yeah. Well, it could be that just maybe just the timing of it is weird. I think we're in competition with Game of Thrones or something, and you know, and then some people might not
yeah.
know about our channel.
I watched the leak version of Game of Thrones. I'm golden.
I don't watch Games of Thrones, so
Yeah, I think you have to have cable.
that and you have to have HBO. But at the same time, I tried to read the books, but after I had to sit through almost an entire chapter on Tyrion's whores, I said fuck this, and I threw the book across the room.
On what? Tyrion's what?
Tyrion's whores.
Are you saying horse or whores?
Whores.
Whores.
With a W.
What's so bad about that?
Just reading an entire chapter about them, and you're like, and then they're never mentioned again.
Oh,
and
I love his writing style, though. He was supposed to write it so that no one could ever turn it into a movie or a show or anything like that. So it's very descriptive, very much like Anne Rice. And he's very descriptive on characters that just don't fucking matter. And there's so many characters. It's really hard to keep track of. The books are outrageous. There's some gruesome shit in those books. But the show is really good. I happen to enjoy it. I watch it for free on couchtutor.ag, for those that are wondering.
I know a lot of people who love the show. Same with The Walking Dead. But because of my job and a lot of other things, I depend on audio for books, or I try to read when I have time. And for me, I like the stories that they're descriptive, but the same characters are repeating in the story again. That's why I like, but I also take books and the shows or movies that are made off of them as 2 different things, not the same entity. Because one of my main things is when it comes to the Legend of the Seeker versus the Sword of Truth series that it's based off of, or when it comes to the Harry Potter movies versus the books, sorry. Or even,
I see what you're saying, but the books aren't for me either. They are way too advanced, and there's a lot of shit in there that just doesn't belong, in my opinion. But I'm a very simple reader too, so I think for me personally, it'd be too hard for me to follow along. So I have not read them, but my student has, and the shit he tells me is insane.
Yep.
So books aren't for me, but I love the show. It's a really good show.
Yeah. Alrighty. So we've been waiting for Dorian. We've given him enough time. So
yeah, I mean, he can join us whenever. So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we should. Yeah, let's just, because we only have about a half an hour of a show left, so let's at least just get through this video.
Yeah, and then we can talk about movies, books, and I swear we won't spoil anything for you, but yeah.
Faith is absolutely crazy. I was afraid I'd go crazy too. One day a phone call came. It was a doctor. He said, Carol has hepatitis B. Her liver is turning into a piece of leather. As I speak to you, she's in cirrhosis stage. She's mentally ill. There's no talking to her. As a matter of fact, I'm sending you a registered letter. Don't bring her in this office ever again. She's crazy. So when I got the death sentence, when they said to me, you're dying, I thought, You know what? Don't worry about it. So I'd walk around with guns in my mouth. I'd take cars, ladies and gentlemen, this is the truth. I'd run them into walls. I'd drive them into Lake Erie. I'd deliberately hit telephone poles. I'd fall asleep at the wheel. I was digging in my arm with needles, screaming, cutting myself, chanting demonic powers. You know, we think demons are just on Friday night on the scary movies. They didn't go away when Jesus left. They are here. And they're out to kill, steal, and destroy. And in all of this, somebody one day saw me standing in a bar who saw past my faults to my needs.
So all of this is because of demons, huh?
Yeah, I feel like
she said, I know a man.
So all of this is because of demons. It's not because she had issues in her life. She had drug addiction problems. She had self-esteem issues. None of this stuff. It's all because of demons.
her daddy didn't love her because of Satan.
Yep.
It's all her daddy's fault.
Well, it sounds like she's blaming demons and her father.
Yeah. She's blaming everything but the fact that she didn't want to pull herself out, that she made wrong choices in her life. Because everybody makes bad choices. I don't think one of us has ever okay, I think all of us has made a very bad choice before. And she's blaming everything on choosing one thing. So, and that's pretty much the end of the video, is just them clapping for her. So.
Wow, that was it, huh?
Yeah, it was only a 7-minute long video.
So, I don't see. Was I right? Did the demon rape her when she had her second abortion? Was that how the demons defiled her life? I don't see how all this has to do with witchcraft. She just kind of like threw it in as a side note that she happened to be chanting at this time.
Yeah, well, that's what they do. Is they go. It's like that one video I did about the guy who is the next criminal. It's like they do these things. They make bad choices. They maybe they get into drug addiction or gangs or whatever, robberies, and then they practice the occult or they study witchcraft, and somehow that has something to do with the way that they lived their life in the past. Like somehow, it was some kind of a demonic guidance towards practicing witchcraft. And once they find
my
Jesus,
life sucked.
Yeah,
my life sucked. Therefore, Satan.
Yeah, and
oh,
then
by the way, witchcraft.
Right, exactly. And then once they turn to Jeebus, everything is fine. Somehow miraculously, their life falls into place and everything's okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. And for some people, I feel sad for them that they want to blame something instead of what really happened, or they don't acknowledge the fact that it could have been something there could have been something they did to fix it themselves. I watched somebody go down that self-destruction path. I watched somebody go from somebody that I could respect to somebody I completely cut it out of my life because I didn't want to even acknowledge him as my father at that point. So, and I still won't ever acknowledge him as my father, but
and
it's sad.
Yeah. And I mean, people live through some fucked up things, and they get out of them, and it's often it's just the situations that they're in, and it's sucky situations, but anybody can go through that. It doesn't matter if you're Christian, it doesn't matter if you're an atheist, doesn't matter if you're a pagan or whatever. I mean, it's just you have to go through shit, and some people go through a lot of shit and they come out the other side of it. And I mean, I'm of the school.
Don't they tell Christians your faith? Sorry.
Yes, that's okay. So I'm of the school of thought that those people who go through shit, in the end, it makes them a stronger person, more compassionate. That's what I believe.
Huh. So, Logan, are you looking at the chat?
I have an email, and I have a direct message, and I also have Twitter, and I also have Facebook, and I also have my own channel.
Open up the damn chat.
What's going on in the chat? What's going on in the chat?
Read
You're just
between the
talking.
lines, Loki. Read
I
between
know. I know what you mean. And I mean, some people, yes, I appreciate people when they do apologize, and I thank people for their apology. And I tend to take some people on their word. I mean, for crying out loud, I stopped being friends with somebody for 3 years until they realized they fucked up. And then I realized I fucked up too, and now we're friends again. And I'm even talking to my ex, which technically that's the one person that I thought I would never talk to again. But when somebody goes down the path like this woman was describing and has all this stuff happen to her and blames other people or other things for what happened, it makes me look at that person and go, I don't know what to do with you anymore. But then there are people who go, okay, I call people, I was being mean to people, I should probably rethink what I did. And when people actually own up to their mistakes or own up to whatever they did, or feel that they owe people an apology and give them an apology, that's when you earn some more respect back from people. And the person, I hope she knows what I'm talking about, and I thank you for your apology. I accept the apology. Sometimes everyone acts like idiots. It's life. I mean, no one is perfect.
Yep.
And if we are,
I
then
think that,
apparently
yeah,
you're
I
Jesus.
mean, yeah, exactly. And I agree. I think we all make mistakes. And, you know, I mean, it's funny. It's like people think that by saying apology that somehow it's like if you go up to somebody and say, hey, you know what? I acted like a dick and I apologize for it. That's great. I think that that's good. But the apology part it's the word that actually describes you recognizing regret and responsibility. So like, let's say if I did something like, let's say, I don't know, I made a cursing ritual on YouTube against someone. I would probably if I really regretted it, I would probably make a video apologizing to that person and also contact them and say, hey, you know what? I fucked up. Whatever's going on in their life at the time, whatever they felt about it, and open up to that person and just say, hey, you know what? I made a mistake and I apologize and I won't do it again. I mean, there's certain levels of things. Like if you do something like a little mistake, maybe it's not a big deal. You don't even have to apologize. But depending upon what other level it is, to be a little greater, in my opinion. I mean, that's just the way it is. You take out a certain amount of water, you have to fill it back up with a certain amount of water to make it right again. And, maybe some people don't take curses very seriously, but I do. I think that I always talk about the gun, and that's kind of like the way that I look at curses. I mean, if you're willing to pull out a gun and shoot somebody, that's what a curse is. Whether or not it actually does, I mean, that's what you're trying to do, is you're basically trying to kill someone. So that level of responsibility and that level of apology needs to be equal.
And,
yeah,
I mean,
I'd like to say this. I have done curse work that has resulted in somebody almost losing their life. I think I've talked to you about this before. It's like the one I regretted. So it is a dangerous thing to just be throwing around. Now,
Right.
I personally am of the mindset that this has happened so much that this person is on a different level, and that I personally am tired of seeing the I'm sorry's and it was my fault. This is a pattern of abuse that has happened before, and it's going to continue. So I'm personally not interested in an apology of any type. I'm done.
Which is understandable.
My own sanity, though, because I myself have bipolar issues. So I am choosing to distance myself from this.
Which is your choice. I mean, everybody has a different way of looking at things, and I'm like with Logan, I take curse work or even bindings very seriously as well. But I also know that sometimes acknowledging it can make it work, and sometimes just going, you know what, I dismiss this. I have enough stuff up anyways that will protect me from it. It doesn't bother me, whatever. I mean, for me, I will be completely honest. I've had people throw stuff like that at me, and I've never had anything happen to me, but maybe a few bad things down the road, but nothing cataclysmic. I can speak English.
Cataclysmic?
Yes, has happened with me. I mean, the worst thing that I think that I can say is when I lose friends or family members, and that's mostly to death, which I hate that. But I feel that sometimes sorry isn't enough. Yes. Sometimes, look, I screwed up. I'm sorry. I don't use you guys as material anymore. I don't come and spam you guys, which you don't anymore, and I appreciate that. I mean, yeah, there's going to be that level of, okay, you apologize. Now let's see if you're sincere about it, and seeing if they try to build that kind of thing back, or try to build trust with people. If not, it's their choice. And that's why sometimes you cut somebody out of your life for a while. And after you cut them out of your life, you either keep them out of your life, or if they come back hoping to rekindle things, apologizing and wanting to work things out, you have a choice there to say yes or no. And I've had that experience where there's one person that I will never let back in. I'm sorry, some people that put that knife in your back that hard don't deserve another chance. Ending relationships, like breaking up with somebody and then having hurt feelings afterwards, that is fine. That is perfectly fine.
Okay, it's not.
And and also, I mean, I understand, Emily, and I acknowledge it, and I think that that's a great step. So I do appreciate the effort, Emily, and I do recognize it. Personally, I mean, if you wanted to apologize to me, that's fantastic. It'd be nice if you made a public apology, but that's, again, that's up to you. That's, how you want to do it. Yes, I do recognize, and I do see that you're making steps in the right direction, and I'm very happy for you. And I think that that's great. Also, just a word of warning, I'm not going to get all preachy about the Wiccan Rede and the law of 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or whatever, but I am going to tell you that if you do curse someone who's a practitioner who's been practicing for a long time, they probably already have defenses set up, and you can really end up hurting yourself rather than the other person. And that's something to keep in mind. Don't even if maybe you might not be serious about it, you might be sending something back to you that you might later regret. So that's it. I'll get off my soapbox now.
I don't even see it as that. I see it as a pattern of abuse that it's happened like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So I'm tired of okay, whatever. In my opinion, I've said okay, whatever one too many times.
Which is perfectly fine. I mean, like I said, there's one person that, like with you, I dealt with, and this is actually in real life, and I won't take their apology. And as far as he's concerned, he can go live his life. I don't care. But if he expects me to be all buddy with him when I see him in public, he's lucky he's even going to get a hi. So sometimes it's good to apologize and admit when you're wrong, or that you did something that you shouldn't have. Other times, if you do it too often, then sometimes it's best to distance yourself from that person. And I am an advocate of forgive, but you don't have to forget. because if you forget, then you're going to just let that behavior happen again and ignore it. It's warning signs again if you just forget that it even happened. So, I mean, and I love everyone on this channel, for crying out loud. I don't always agree with people. And sometimes I feel I can be a little bit of an ass, and I feel bad if I accidentally talk over someone. Like, I really feel bad when I do it to you, Hellbound, or to Matt, or even Dorian. And I feel bad for it, and I apologize.
No, yeah, but it happens on this channel.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I accept it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, sometimes we all can get to that point of, oh, this person's annoying, shut them up. And if I get to that point, I encourage you guys, tell me to shut the fuck up. I'll flip you off and take a drink of Mountain Dew.
No, it's funny. It's like, that's one of the reasons why, especially in the hangouts that I do on Saturdays, is I kind of like set it up so that everybody has a chance to talk, because otherwise it just turns into this thing. I don't know if it's the delay or what, but it's really difficult sometimes to know when people stop. And then you also don't, like in a social situation, you can kind of see little hints, like people's hand gestures or eye contact or facial movements or whatever, where they are going to speak. So then you can sort of know and you can kind of gauge. But in this sort of a setting, we don't really know. So we don't have the body language to go by. And so it's very easy for people to talk over each other, or two people talk at the same time. So that's one of the reasons why I did like the round table way that I do it.
That system works. I like that system.
Yeah. It does work well, and I apologize. I haven't been there to harass your channel the last couple of weeks.
That's okay.
It's just Saturday is one of the only days that I get a full day with Soren. And with how our work schedule has been, I've been out by at least 7 to 8 o'clock every night because I have to get up at 3 a.m. Tonight is going to probably be different. I probably won't pass out until 1 o'clock and then go to work and hate my life. That's what energy drinks are for. But I mean, I feel bad when I can't even get my own videos going because I'm too exhausted to post videos because of trying to keep up with everything. And I'm looking forward to the fall because when it's fall, I have more energy. I'm not dying of heat stroke. I can wear more of my fun clothes that actually are comfortable because this thing is actually double layered. So yeah, I don't even know why I'm wearing it right now. It's the idea of having to wear clothing. But it's I'm hoping that things will even out here soon.
Yeah. So I know Dorian's probably not coming back, and we don't really have time for another video. So, and I have a video that I'm working on, so I think I'm going to drop out. If you two want to continue on, but I'm going to drop out because I do have a video that I've been working on that I'm hoping to upload. It's a two-parter because it's going to be about 30 minutes long, so I'm probably going to have to upload it in 2 nights. So I'll probably have it up on Tuesday.
Okay.
So, but hey, thanks.
The shows. So I'm gonna head up too.
Yeah, I gotta cook Soren's dinner. So.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Zabora. Thanks, Loki, for stepping up and doing this, and thanks everybody in the chat. Have a good night and blessed be.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday, if not sooner.
All right.